Good morning, teachers, staff, community members, and Director Riverall. My name is Destaney Shepherd-Brown.
And I am Shakura Lucas, and welcome to our Senior Talk.
At this time, we want to get the crowd warmed up. So who's ready to win some money? Are there any brave souls out there? I'm going to pull out $50, because you know, my money's long. So if you can answer one question, then you will win the money. Is there anyone who wants the money? Felipe, please come to the stage. Hold on. So Felipe, what is the percentage of African American and Latino people incarcerated?
I'm bad with math.
Is it A, 7%, B, 13%, C, 58%, or D, 94%?
Go with B.
Are you sure?
I think so, yeah.
I'm sorry, but that answer was incorrect. Is there anyone else who would like to give it a try? Emily, please come to the stage. Walk off. So Emily, the same question goes for you. What is the percentage of African American and Latino people incarcerated? Is it A, 7%, B, 13%, C, 58%, or D, 94%?
Let me see. B wasn't the correct answer. Let's go with C.
Thank you, Emily, for your participation. The correct answer is C, 58%. Woo!
Here's your $50. Thank you, Emily. Did you know that 40% of African American male high school dropouts are in prison, on parole, or on probation?
Did you also know that 98% of gang members are dead, in prison, or wounded for life?
Since summer of junior year, we have been working with an organization called Project Aware. AWARE stands for Attitude When Angry, Resolving Emotional Issues. But the key to all of this is that it's nonviolently. Project Aware is an 8-week program designed for boys and girls ages 10 to 19 to teach them emotional literacy skills. Groups take place at local schools and community centers in Southern California. The group that we have been participating in is at our local Malcolm X library.
I'm going to tell you a quick story on how we got involved with Project Aware. One day, Destaney and I were going to the library to wait on her dad to pick her up. And as we were walking up to the library, we saw this man in all orange, from head to toe. He looked like he was coming out of jail. I was waiting for an officer to say, okay, your time is up. But unfortunately, an officer didn't come. He was asking us to come check out his program. And at the time, we really weren't interested. So we told the man that we had other things to do. We really didn't have other things to do. We were just uninterested in what he was talking about. So he begged us long enough, and we finally went to it. Before you knew it, we have fallen in love with the group, and we've been going every single Thursday since then. The Project Aware group that is held at the Malcolm X Library is all volunteer, and is currently our only all African American group. Most groups, such as groups held in Vista, Oceanside, and San Marcos, just to name a few, are mandated. Everyone that attends our group here in Southeast San Diego is coming because they want to better themselves. And that is why I love our group so much, because no one has to force our kids to come.
The purpose of Project Aware is to teach youth emotional literacy skills, problem-solving skills, and social skills. Our sessions help clarify the lack of emotional control and violence so that they are better equipped to deal with life's issues.
For most of us, it is impossible to be able to verbalize our emotions and capture their message in a substantial way. But here is an example of how Project Aware helps teens learn these skills. Okay, I'm going to give everyone a few extra minutes to get here because I know that some people are coming from school and from work. Okay, guys, let's focus up. As you know, when we get into group, I ask for everyone to put away their phones and to silence them. Also ask that if you're sitting next to someone who is going to distract you, that you move your seats now. In this group, we talk about some serious issues and situations, and we don't want anyone's business getting out. We want to make sure that whatever is said in this group stays in this group. We want to make this a safe environment for everyone to open up and share about themselves. We, the facilitators, are mandated reporters. So if you talk about suicide, hurting yourself, or hurting others, we must report that. But everything else that is said in this group will not leave this group. Does everyone understand that? So thank you for coming, and now we're going to begin group with the check-in. Who would like to begin check-in for us?
During the check-in, we say our name, age, and how we are feeling. No disrespect to anyone, but we don't want to hear how you're feeling physically because everyone is sleepy, tired, or sick. We want you to dig a little deeper and tell us how you're feeling emotionally. Some of the words you cannot use are good, okay, and all right, because those don't really tell us how you're feeling. And if someone says a word, you cannot use the same word. The reason we do a check-in is so we know how to approach you and to help build your vocabulary. For some of us, this is the first time out of our whole day that someone asks us how we are feeling. So we ask that you respect everyone as they go through the process.
My name is Fritzy, I'm 17, and I'm feeling blessed.
My name is Jaquan, I'm 17, I'm feeling amazing.
My name is Saria, I'm 18, and I'm feeling excited.
My name is Kimberly, I'm 16, and I don't know how I'm feeling.
Does everyone see the problem with what just happened here? How are you going to tell someone else how they feel? You are not that person, so you have no right telling them how they feel. I'm pretty sure a lot of you didn't realize that someone was telling you how you feel when they're asking you. I know you feel like getting high. I hate to say it, but these are some of the things that our teens are facing nowadays. But let's continue with our check-in.
My name is DJ. I'm 16. I'm feeling amazing.
Hi, I'm Chanel. I'm 36, and I feel irritated.
My name is Leslie, and I'm 18 years old, and I'm feeling happy.
My name is Josue. I'm 18. I'm feeling joyful.
My name is Jorge. I'm 17, and I feel great.
My name is Adara. I'm 17, and I'm feeling grateful.
My name is Mac. I'm 19 years old, and I'm feeling motivated.
My name is Rahal. I'm 17. I'm feeling thankful.
My name is Shakura Lucas. I'm 18, and I'm feeling at peace. As you can see, for some of us, it is hard to say how we are feeling, and that is totally okay. We aren't going to force you to say how you feel because this is a learning process for all of us. We also ask if there's anyone new that joined the group that you say why you are here and something that you struggle with. We ask that because we have all shared something about ourselves and we have built a bond, and it would be sort of disrespectful if you didn't share something about yourself.
Today I'm here because Destaney invited me, and something that I struggle with is public speaking.
I am also here because Destaney invited me, and something I struggled before was communicating with my teachers.
I am here because Destaney and Shakura invited me, and I struggle with opening up to people.
Thank you for coming, and I'll see you guys next week. Please take a look at this video as it goes more in depth with Project Aware.
I like to believe that I grew up just like any other person, but today I realized there were some things that happened in my life that really affected me and set me along a course of destruction, so to speak. I had a misconception of what I felt like how I should be treated. And with that, I went out to the streets and figured out that, well, this is what I want, this is what I like. And which really turned into something that was almost like a horror story. Because I found myself involved in drugs, I found myself involved in violence, and then the next thing you know, I was involved in a gang. I never wanted to admit some of the things that happened to me in my life, and instead of admitting them, I actually stuffed those things. And to keep those things stuffed, I had to turn to drugs. I had to turn to violence. So I saw this as something that I needed to work on. And the irony of it is that I had to go to prison to learn that. In prison, I developed emotional literacy skills. In other words, there was a time in my life that when I got angry, I got violent. And when I looked at another parts of my life, when I saw myself sad or disappointed, I went and got high or I went and got drunk. And that's how I dealt with those particular emotions. So, I came to the realization that I was basically emotionally illiterate.
At this time, we would like to ask Reginald Washington, the founder and CEO of Project Aware, to come to the stage and tell us how he first got the group started and to give you more of an insight on the video you just watched.
Hello? First of all, I want to thank you guys for allowing us to really give you guys an idea of what we're doing here in Southeast San Diego. How the program got started, it actually got started in prison, believe it or not. And what was happening is, as youngsters was coming inside prison, individuals were teaching them how to make a knife. They were teaching them how to get their arms big and their chest big. They were trying to give them an idea of how to hold on to contraband. What we were doing, we're making them better criminals. So for me, it was an epiphany. And that's how Project Aware started. I decided to start giving those skills to those individuals that once they come home, they will be able to stay home. And thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to speak a little bit about Project Aware. Thank you.
Can we give Reginald Washington another round of applause? A typical 8-week worth of course content includes Session 1, course outline, pre-survey, intake forms, and house rules. Session 2, think before you act. Session 3, knowing your feelings. Session 4, anger management. Session 5, problem-solving skills. Session 6, reality of a game. Session 7, substance abuse awareness. And Session 8, my favorite, graduation.
Yes, Destaney did mention graduation. We like to celebrate our students for completing the program by giving them a certificate and taking them out. For the graduation that we got to participate in, we went kayaking over in Coronado, but every graduation is different.
As you can see, Project Aware is not just a program, but it's a safe home for all of us. Before Project Aware, I was not the type to open up due to problems I was having at home. But when I came to group, I began to realize that this is an environment where I can open up and just be myself. Whenever I share something about myself, I began to realize that I'm not the only one who is struggling with something. There are people dealing with the same thing or something similar. I have built a bond with everyone in the group, especially the facilitators. Our relationship is so strong that I've asked some of them to be here with us today.
I feel like I can better communicate with others, and I know how to stop and think before I react so quickly to a situation. For example, there have been times where I've been offered drugs, and the old me might have quickly reacted into accepting this offer, but the new me knows to stop and think about the consequences of my actions. I've also learned not to judge people so quickly, because everyone has a story, and if you listen to their story, you can better understand why they do what they do and who they really are. Over the months of us being at Project Aware, we have changed tremendously. We have begun to realize that our community, especially here in Southeast San Diego, needs a lot of help and support with stopping our teens from being incarcerated and doing something positive with their lives.
Each choice we make can forever affect our future our impact on society, and the way others perceive us. When we help out our communities, we are influencing ourselves in a positive way that often follow us throughout our adult lives. Each tiny thought, word, action, and habit changes your future. I recommend this group to everyone, but mostly teenagers, because there's not one person in this room who isn't struggling with something. When you put a group of teenagers in a room together and let them know that this is a safe place for them to open up and just be themselves, that right there will open up so many opportunities for a person. While doing this experience, we began to realize that we want to leave a legacy behind. So we spoke with our coach, Mr. Mezdak, about getting a junior involved with this because we know that they're getting ready to be seniors, and we would like to equip them with some life skills that we learned to carry on in high school and for the rest of their lives. So we met up with Joanna and asked her would she like to be a part of our senior talk. At first, she wasn't really too sure about it because it was going to force her to step out of her comfort zone. But after giving it some thought, Joanna came to group with us, but I began to notice that she was a little shy. After getting warmed up in the group, she began to realize that she can relate to people more than she thought. So we would like to thank Joanna for coming and taking the first step of being a part of the healing process with Project Aware.
Project Aware helps us in and outside of school. With Project Aware, we have been able to participate in a career fair at the Jacob Center to help us teens obtain some job skill and potentially a job, a meeting with the San Diego Gang Commission, Passport for Life, Community Connections for Youth, DA Skateholders meeting, and training for Project Kinship. We would like to bring Project Aware to GPA. We think that with this program being here at GPA, it can help students know that they have another resource. We have set up a meeting with Reginald Washington, Ms. Cooley, and Mrs. Maples to try to incorporate this in GPA. Thank you.
Thank you. This concludes our senior talk.